only lawyer that'll keep your ass out of jail.
That's the truth.
The rock and roll lawyer.
Keep you out of jail.
Yeah, what'd you do this week? Never mind.
The connection has been made. TYG 314 plus 710 right here on W6I 1160 AM, the Rock and Roll Lawyer Show. One of the things I said to the kid who's here, he's been with us about a year, haven't you, ma'am? Yup. Celebrating his year anniversary, and he hasn't been busted yet. But I'll keep your ass out of jail. You call me. You got my number. All right.
Yup.
Yup. And at the end of the show, we're gonna quiz you. All right. Yup. Okay. Good. Okay.
I don't say nothing on that one.
No. Okay. Well, we have Dave Drayson here, and he's going to be guest DJing June 26th, I think.
June 26th.
Yeah, so he's going to send me the set list. He's putting it together, but he's also a photographer, so he's taking pictures. He's doing audio right now, and I wish I had my clown nose on. And I know where I'm going to get one. I'm going to go buy that, Dave.
Walmart. But it's nice. But it's nice to film in here because everybody's naked.
Is that a camera?
Yes.
Right there?
Yes.
GoPro.
Yep.
No way. Then let me hide my nose here. Okay.
Although I would say if
He
you
has the Pinocchio nose.
Oh my God.
although I would say if you get it at Walmart, make sure you don't get one that's been used.
I know. Well, I could use Ron Cameron's. What do they call this thing? A prophylactic
Screen.
screen. I could use this here, put it on my nose here. Okay. Well, we got the brain trust intact, which is always great. I always feel good, when the team is here. Jimmy James, what's up, man?
Hello, Sheldon.
Yeah, all right.
Happy Memorial Day before I forget.
You too, and to everybody else. What's up? What's up? The other half. Oh,
Here.
Okay.
Start.
He was here. And we got the kid, and we got Dave over here. We got Rick Stevers. What's up, man?
Hey, how you doing, Sheldon?
I'm doing good. And our co-host, the self-appointed, who's
Self-appointed? I thought you okayed that whole
I
thing.
did okay.
Yeah, but it was your idea.
This guy's one of my best friends over
It
here.
was after
G.
the
Scott
Scott Rainey.
G. Scott Rainey. I've
That's
known
right.
him since OCC.
Glad to be here.
Yeah.
And this is the greatest radio program.
OCC, is that
Isn't
some
that
kind
right?
of war?
Isn't that right?
Vietnam?
Yeah, right. Vietnam. Well, that's during that time period. Yeah.
That was that was what was going on at the time.
Oh, yeah, exactly right. Exactly right. We got a lot of cool music today. We're going to talk about a lot of cool subjects. And I want to say hi to Sherry out there. She's manning the keyboards for us. And what do you want, cookies now?
Yay.
Yeah. You're going to be running around
Thank
here.
you.
How much sugar have you had today, kid?
Not a lot, I've been busy.
All right, been busy. Did you have school today or are you off?
Off.
Okay. What was that noise?
Chantilly lace.
It was my tablet.
Hello, baby.
Oh, my God.
I've been busy with Comcast today, so.
Oh, okay. All right. I'm going to quiz you right now.
Sponsor.
Okay, I'm going to quiz you. Ready? Jackie Wilson, just remember that name. Just remember that name. Just remember it. You better know it. There you go. That's my generation for you, kid. One of the original great rock and roll bands. So the debate we have in here, I said, that's a drum solo, right?
No, it's not.
Wasn't a drum solo?
No.
You guys are drummers. I don't know.
The thing with the Who is
Yeah.
they were all lead in their own way. You understand?
Yeah.
They didn't quite blend like
You're
the
right
Beatles.
about that.
Get what I'm
Right.
saying?
Yeah.
They all were kind of on their own, you could say.
Yeah.
And there's different ways to look at that. If you look at a guitar solo in a song, all the rest of the
Or
band
lead
is,
break.
all the rest of the band is playing while the guy's doing his guitar solo.
He's just turned
Right,
up
so
louder.
is that a solo or is it a
Well,
Yeah.
that I consider he's kind of taken over the song there.
At the
my
end.
generation at the end.
I thought,
So
yeah, that's
a drum solo.
That's what I.
It's
That's
not
what.
a,
Yeah.
you know, it's not a solo, but it's a solo the same as guitar
You
players
can-
and keyboard players do.
I guess I could see your point in the argument, though, in the sense that he's playing, and it's everything Pete and John can do to keep up.
Well,
You
they're
know.
kind of filling in.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, I guess the argument could be made that there's a lead, a drum lead there.
Yeah, well, yeah, that would be.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that's what I was saying.
Yeah.
I don't know. But, we did our tribute show last week, and I really, that was the right thing to do with BB. And Dave, my good friend Dave, you played with BB King. Where was this at? What were the circumstances?
Well, the story on that is it's when I was a kid, lived on the east side of Detroit on the border of Hamtramck. And at the time it was changing, 1966, 1967. And what happened was the first black family moved into our neighborhood.
Okay.
And my father owned a butcher store meat market near Eastern Market, so we had everything from white and black clientele and everybody else, and I grew up as a kid with no prejudice. So it's like a new kid moves into the neighborhood, you know, hey, come on, join us, we play, you know, baseball and
Sure.
stuff like that, and play games and things like that. Well, it was about 6 months into them living there, and it was the summertime. And he comes over to the house and he says, hey, you want to come over to the house and play later on? You know, and games like Monopoly and stuff like that. And he says, yeah, my parents are having a party in the basement and B.B. King's going to play.
Yeah.
And
You
I'm
know
like,
who that was.
I'm like a 10-year-old kid going, what the hell's a B.B. King?
Yeah.
So anyway, you know,
Yeah.
I go over there later on, and you know, they've got, you know, a house party happening, and the band in the basement, and food, and barbecuing in the backyard, all this kind of stuff.
So this is 1967, just to repeat here.
66, I think it was.
Okay, so BB was well established
Oh yeah.
by the time.
Well,
Yeah.
he was.
So
yeah.
what
Yeah,
happened
yeah,
was
he'd had
is
a
that
few hits.
this band starts playing in the basement, and it's like I hear music, and it's like, wow,
Something
I'm
you
just
never
drawn.
heard before. Yeah.
So me and my
Zoom.
friend, his name was Gregory Evans, and we sat at the top of the stairs and just listened. And I mean, it was truly magical. So after, say, 45 minutes or so, they took a break, and my friend Greg, he goes up to, you know, B.B. King, and he says, hey, my friend Dave there, he's a drummer. And it's like, oh, what are you saying? Stuff like that. I'm 10-year-old. I was a hack, you know?
Yeah, yeah.
So BB comes over. He says, you a drummer? I said, yeah, you know. He says, well, you going to play with me. So after, you know, they took a break,
Sure.
I sat in on 2 songs. I can, at this point in time, I could barely remember. I probably sounded like junk, you know.
Yeah.
But they played the blues, and I played 2 songs at BB King. And after the set was over, he gave me a card or a ticket to their next show.
Oh.
And I still have it. It's framed and everything.
Will you
And
put that on Facebook if you could find it?
oh, I have it. It's framed with all my other.
Oh yeah, I want to see that.
In my music room, I have all unused concert tickets, all the backstage passes of shows I ever been to.
Wow.
I mean, there's things there that, you know, I have every Woodstock ticket.
Oh, okay.
The very first Woodstock, the 20-year anniversary, 25, and both 30 anniversary, because they did the one at the racetrack,
oh,
and then
okay.
they had some country one that I think Willie Nelson and Chris Christopherson did at the original site, but they only had, you know, a few thousand people that showed up to that one, as opposed to like 100,000 at the real rock show.
You know, when I met BB, you know, I was at the Grandy Bar, 17 years old, and I had learned some of his guitar licks, and the guy was just, as I said last week, he was a nice man. Just a nice man, and I was expecting like a rude guy, you know, because they're a rock and roll star.
Was this before or after you met Howlin' Wolf?
This was after Howlin'.
Well,
no wonder.
yeah, no wonder.
Yeah, because Howlin' Wolf, he scared the hell out of me. He was gonna
Scary looking
he was
Howlin'
Not
gonna-
to mention, he's what? Wolf
up
was what? About
6'8".
6'8",
Yeah, he was
320?
a big dude.
You know my Howlin' Wolf story.
Let's see. Oh yeah, ready.
Yeah.
You got to hear
Have I
this
said
story.
that on the air before?
Yeah, but tell it again.
ahead.
Okay. Well, Hubert Sumlin was in the back seat of the cab. Howlin' Wolf
This
was
is
in
a
the front
great
seat.
story.
Hubert Sumlin, of course, being the guitarist. So Howlin' Wolf punched him right in the mouth, knocked out a tooth, and he said to Hubert Sumlin, "That's what you're thinking. That's for what you're thinking." Okay.
Smacks him
Yeah.
just for what you're
Wow.
thinking.
That's for what you're thinking.
Amazing. Just to get his
300 pounds of joy.
Yeah, oh yeah, joy. But I mean, I love his music, you know.
Yeah.
And you know, Frank. You know, I don't know if Frank was really into the blues. Frank was more into jazz, you know.
Yeah.
So when you know, but when we first decided on Frank's Funny Favorites, that was our tribute because Frank had a good sense of humor.
Right.
But this is really the true thing for Frank. You know, he loved jazz guitar. I want to talk about this jazz guitar player right now, Jim Hall.
I haven't heard of him.
Oh, great guitar player, still around. My friend Keith Warnick, may it rest in peace. He was one of my guitar teachers, and he told me about him. And so he does a song by Charlie Christian and Benny Goodman called 7 Come 11. And I want to play this for my cousin Frank right now. Let's go to the lounge right now and let's hear 7 Come 11. All day
Then we'll get
weekend,
back to
and
track.
let's go right now to local guy. Oh man, I remember when Cindy and I heard this tune.
Berkeley,
I,
Michigan.
I said, man, there's a lot of rockabilly, old rock and roll feel, and Buddy Holly feel, and I dig this song.
Song was written by Robert Gordon.
No, it was. It
Yes,
was.
Yes, it was.
Because I was gonna play his version, but I wanted to
Yeah.
go with it. I didn't know he wrote that.
Yeah, he wrote it, recorded it about 5 years before Marshall, but
Oh my
of course,
God.
it like every Robert Gordon song of the 70s, it bombed. So
Yeah.
Marshall,
Oh,
though,
very
put it in the top 40.
There we go. Let's hear Someday, Some Way. What was it?
Well, the question was same title of a song, but done by different artists and totally different song.
Different song.
And my question was Detroit only.
So two bands or two artists from Detroit, same title, different music. Wow. All
Okay.
right, great.
All I can really think of is Young in Love. I know the Marvelettes did it, and boy,
But it was a totally different song by somebody else.
I think so.
Yeah.
Well, it's the 70s,
Oh, 70s.
Oh,
okay.
okay.
and I'll give you
Wonder
the
I
I'll
lost.
give you the two artists, and then you'll kick yourself.
Okay, what is it?
First one's the Rationals.
Yeah, but that was 60s.
Yeah,
Rationals
didn't I
late
say, didn't I say 60s
No, you
said
or
70s.
70s? My mistake. My
Okay.
mistake.
60, yeah.
Yeah, 60s. Rationals and Aretha Franklin.
What two?
That's the same song.
Respect.
It's the same song, though.
It's the same song. So we went. Well, we were. No, it isn't. It's not the same. It's
Not the
different.
same
It is.
song? How is
It-
it different?
it's
It's
the
the
same-
one Otis Redding wrote. It is
It's
the
the-
same one.
If
It
you-
is the exact same song, just arranged differently.
Otis did it
All right,
originally.
well, that's-
Rationals did it in '66, I think. Then Aretha didn't do it until I think around
67.
'69.
67,
Okay,
68.
I could make a good argument, but I see your
It
argument.
is the same song. If you check the writing credits on the
Okay.
Rationals
I
record,
thought you
it
meant
does say
same
Otis.
title but different
But
song.
I can make an argument
Wasn't
for
that
the.
it?
You know what, you guys?
Oh.
I can make an argument for the same song, different song, because I think it's different. You know. So all right, well.
The
Well-
arrangement is dramatically
So-
different.
arrangement,
but by
yeah.
by that token, though, you can make the same argument for I heard it through the grapevine. You know, Marvin and Gladys Knight's versions are distinctly different.
So maybe we can't.
CCR also.
Maybe we can't.
yeah, but we're talking Detroit here.
Oh, okay.
Gladys is
Yeah.
Detroit by default, only because it was released on Motown
I don't. Well,
and produced by Nolan Strong and.
I could make the
Norman
argument
Whitfield.
that they're two different versions.
I think when we get out in the hallway, I'm going to get pistol whipped here.
Continuing this,
After we put our pants back on
Yeah,
here.
there you go. That's okay. All right. Well, we had a good time today. Let me tell you about next week. And this is really important. Next week is a legal show. We're going to talk about what are our rights when it comes to filming police.
With me in handcuffs.
Yeah, with you in handcuffs. Can we do that? And what are the rights of the police or the prosecution and all that? It's going to be interesting. We're not trying to dog either side, you know, the prosecution. We're here to talk about what really the law is. And in fact, the prosecutors would also have the same.
What's going on?
Got a bird in here.
We got a bird in here. Okay.
But Michigan law dictates this, right?
Yeah, Michigan law, maybe even some federal law. But we've done a lot of research, and you know, we have a closed group, and everybody's contributing now. Thank God, finally. You know, and Jimmy, are you on Facebook?
Not yet.
Can we get you on, please, so you can join our closed group?
I still spin vinyl. I'm slowly getting there.
Oh, okay.
Speaking of
Modern
Facebook.
technology.
Well, you know, I
Show
want
it.
to.
Sponsors,
Speaking
sponsors,
of Facebook,
sponsors.
Sherry Claire has a very nice new picture of herself here on Facebook.
I love you,
Look
Sherry.
at that.
Oh, is that
Isn't that
beautiful?
great? Here, let me make it big.
Thank you, Sherry.
Okay,
There
Thank
go.
you very much.
Very nice picture.
What are you
Okay.
making big?
Hey, we're on the air here.
Yeah.
Well, you know what?
oh, you guys are wrong.
I wanna talk right now because this is my radio show a little bit, right?
Oh, well, I thought it was my show.
I think it is.
Yeah,
now.
well, it's my
But I
show
want-
when you're not here.
But I want to thank my good friend for being here. Thanks very much, man, for taking our pictures. And
You're
hopefully
welcome.
you could Photoshop.
You're
me
welcome.
Pretty good, yeah. Okay.
You're welcome.
Will you sit down and stop drinking the sugar, or what are you doing, man? Now you're being here on June 26th again.
I'm here every
guest
Friday,
DJ.
so
Shut up. Shut the f up.
I think Dylan needs to
Sheldon.
go, the kid needs
And we're
to go in
running out.
detention, man.
We're running out of time here,
Okay,
you
okay,
guys,
okay.
and you guys are going to have some order here, aren't you?
We need order.
Yeah,
Order
okay,
in the
good.
court.
Yeah,
Just
June
order.
26th, I'll be back. We're going to be spinning some
Yeah.
obscure oldies, telling you some rock and roll histories from the 50s, early 60s, and we're going to have a great time like we did the last
Like we
night.
did. Yeah, you did a great job. You really did all the research on all those tunes, man. So we're going to see you next week. We're going to do a legal show, and maybe maybe next week we'll keep the kid quiet. I'll see you at Fredson's next week on the Rock and Roll Lawyer Show.
Lawyer show is a registered trademark.